Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello farmers and welcome back to the Pacific Northwest. It is almost 5 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm pretty much just getting work for the afternoon going here. I got our T8s ready to go up to the northeastern part of the map, field number 3 I do believe it is. I need to put down some lime and then we're going to plant some corn down, but not before I get this guy off and going. Hire a worker, hire a worker, hire a worker, that's what I'm doing. We do have a worker going down here in our cotton field. Oh, you think you're done? He can be done for now. And I have Courseplay going in field 33. He's planting barley, but not fertilizing. So we got Courseplay doing that for us. So we're taking, what's that contract worth? $18,000. So it'd be a nice little contract for us. I have not checked the prices, but since we're in here, what is the bread doing? $9.46, not bad. I think we will hold on to it unless I need to sell it. You may be looking at here and seeing other things. Yes, I know. I'm getting myself in trouble. I've been on the mod hub. The same guy that brought you bread is now bringing you cheese and sugar. Yes, so there is a dairy or a cheese production where you bring milk and voila, you get cheese. Cheese. The one thing I do want to see though is the price of the cheese. It's $9.15, but if you compare it to milk, you got to ask yourself sometimes, is it worth it? When I can sell milk for $7.37, I don't know. I'll have to see what these prices do. Sugar, if we get 1 liter of sugar for 1 liter of sugar beet, that is one heck of a price. I will say that for sure. So sugar beet can, if we go into our global economy, I do believe when this was updated, for some reason it says the bakery is $1,000. I didn't pay $1,000 for that bakery. Paid what, $120, something like that. Here's a sugar company right here. So sugar beet or sugar cane will make it into sugar. That for sugar beet, that'd be a great price. It's 1 liter for 1 liter. If we scroll on down here, we got the same guy that brought us our house, Edwards Modding. Bringing the whiskey factory. So you need wheat, barley, and water, and you get whiskey. And he does have a whiskey sell point that we need to put down. Probably not going to do this anytime soon, only because we got wheat and or barley going to our bakery. But the sugar factory, I'm kind of intrigued about. The dairy, as I'm seeing the prices along with you. No, not P. Escape. There we go. Yeah, so the cheese prices, unless these prices go way up, or which we don't know, say 1 liter of milk gives you 2 liters of cheese. Yeah, I don't know what the ratio is. I may have to go on a test map off after the episode and put some of these down, and just to see what the ratio is. Like we found out for the bread, it's 1 liter of wheat / barley gives you 1 liter of bread. So that is a good ratio and a good profit compared to what you can sell wheat or barley for. Same thing can be said for the whiskey. Depending what the ratio is. I am intrigued about the sugar, but we don't quite have the cash for that right now, and I got to stay focused on what we're doing, which is me jumping into this guy. Are we still running? No, we're not. I do have the other T8 on follow me, so he'll be behind us a little bit. And we're going to go up, we're going to spread the lime, and once we get going, I will put the other T8 on the seed. He's going to seed in some corn for us. And I do that quite often. I'm pointing behind me, like you can see what I'm doing, but force of habit. So yeah, he'll be planting some corn down, and in a couple days we'll harvest some corn. And then that means we'll have to plow the field, cultivate it, all that fun stuff. But it won't be too bad to do a couple plow jobs up here. And meanwhile, on the lower plateau, I'm going to try to shift that more and more to the workers while we do more work up here. And when I mean more work, I mean do all the work, or try to. It's going to be hard to. And but yeah, we're a little short in the cash that we need for midnight. We need another 15 grain. I have spent some cash on refilling the seed roll that's behind us with seed and fertilizer. And the liquid fertilizer sprayer down below needed some help as well. As I wait for... He's going kind of slow. He should be going the same speed that I was going. Is it Shift F to stop him? Did I stop with Shift F? I could bring up the HUD, but it used to be Shift F. Yes, the driver is gone. Alright. So we are all set to go. We are all set to rock and... I just turned my engine off. Don't need to do that, Peanut. You were already in it, so it was already running. You will learn one day how that all works. Alright, so let's unfold this guy. Or it could be a gal. I don't know. I mean, it's machine. It's really neither. But, you know, anyways, as I ramble on here. So, yeah, I am intrigued with a sugar factory, only because it allows us to do some root crop, and, oh, man, you know, I keep saying root crop, something I will not do ever again, and I just keep going back to it. But it's something I don't want to do too often. The cheese factory, I was rather interested in, but now seeing the prices of what it sells for, it's not that great of a profit if it's 1 liter for 1 liter. So, I mean, I gotta put down the factory, and I'm pretty sure there's a daily fee on that factory. So, yeah, I'm not sure about that right now. So I'm just going to focus on today. No more building today. We're just going to go ahead and get this field done and get the fields fertilized down below on the western side of the river, and try to get the Voltra weeded on all the fields. Well, it's only 2 fields, so he should be able to do that. And then at some point I'll get him to fertilize the fields, and we'll be good to go. And then in the next day or so, something like that, we'll have a lot of... I think I planted barley in all those fields, and we'll be bringing it down to our bakery, and the bakery is going to go to town on us and make a whole bunch of loaves of bread. This town is not going to do some bread. We're going to have to ship it out, put it on a boat, and send it on down the river to the next town. They could probably use some bread, I'm sure. But yeah, we're here to spread some lime in this field and just turn this field over. We only got like a few hours left in the daylight. We got like 2.5, 3 hours left here. So just enough time for me to get this field done here and move some other machines around, like in the lower plateau, like I said, fertilizing, seeding on the contract. That field there, I don't care if the timing's off, because it's not my field, so I don't care if the growth stages are off. Don't care at all. It's not my field. But someday, when we get enough cash and we have more, well, I hate to say more fields. The only fields I will buy in the future are fields on the lower plateau, which would be fields 33, 34, and 35. The rest of the fields up here, probably not. I mean, I have thought about buying more fields up here and merging them, making them bigger fields, but I'd rather not. I'd rather keep some small fields, so when I do an episode like this, we can kind of focus on a field for an episode and not have it too big to where it takes me hours to transform a field over from harvested to replanted. Now what I need to do here is, after I get this headland done, I'll get the other T8 going, so, but he'll be going up and down the field, so, and so will I, but I just want to get the headlands done here. I don't know why spreading lime, I know sometimes I may say, God, it's a tedious job. I like spreading lime for some reason. Just like I like seeding. I know I don't seed as much either, but then again, I'm trying to do all the jobs at once, and I can't do that, but you try to do it when you owe $52 million to the bank. But we're not doing too bad since we started with a 55... Well, actually, we started... once we took over all the land here, well, not all the land, but once we took over the farm, it was a $50 million loan that we have. So we got it down to 42, but then again, I think Mercury Farms probably paid off, I don't know, pretty close to $6-7 million of that so far, and this farm has paid off like $1 million. But this farm has paid off a lot of stuff that we added. Helper C has completed their task. Oh, okay, that's got to be the Voltra weeding out a field. Alright, this would be a good spot for me to jump on over. Turn that engine off for a moment. How did they do? They did good. They did good. I just want to get these, make sure we get these weeds. I don't want to get stage 2 to where I do have a sprayer up here, so if they hit stage 2, it's not that big of a deal. It's just that, you know, herbicide costs cash, and this weeder does not. Plain and simple. That's all there is to it. And these fields aren't big enough to where, yeah, the herbicide sprayer is much wider, and I get the job done a lot faster. But these fields are so small, I'm not going to save that much money on wage. Since I'm already got everything turned off on that field, let's go ahead and get this guy back to work. So these fields here are mostly weeded. We got a little bit of that in that cotton field over there where the weeds hit stage 2 was before the John Deere got to it. But we'll get this double fertilized here. Our grass field, I am going to spray some more slurry on that one. We sprayed slurry last episode and then mowed it, and the grass has grown, so I think I could have put slurry right back on it after I mowed it, but yeah, it is what it is, and we'll get to it. Alright, so let's grab the T8, and I think I've learned from working this field a few times already is I need to start my equipment up in the northwestern part of the field. And for the most part, you know, it's like lightning, you know, a lightning strike, you know, and you kind of hope that when a worker is turning around up here for the first time or two, but I think this guy does a tight enough turn, he doesn't go on the railroad tracks. But it's like a lightning strike. It'll be a rare instance where he's turning around and actually on the tracks. Alright, so you go ahead and plant some corn. And I'm going to get right back in this guy here. And I'll head back over to the other side of the field, and we'll keep spreading some lime, and we'll stay ahead of this guy. Shouldn't have a problem with that, should we? No, no. Yeah, so I think what I will do is, and I say this, after recording, I'm going to go onto a test map and see how this works. But before I put a cheese factory down, I want to see what the ratio is of milk to cheese. Now, the only problem is, do I have a map? Ooh, I do have a map that has cows on it and probably has milk. You remember Hawke's Bay? That map is still there with cows on it. Ravenport was sold off. I don't have no cows or nothing on that. And of course, Mercury Farms was sold off. I had no cows or milk on that. At least I don't think I do. Yeah, I sold everything. Yeah, I sold the sheds and everything. So I think Hawke's Bay is about the only place I'm going to have. Yeah, so that's my map I'll have to go on, and I'll place that cheese factory down. And hopefully in tomorrow's episode I can say, hey, that cheese factory, by the way, it's 3 liters of milk for, or no, it better be 1 liter of milk for like 3 liters of cheese, or at least 2 liters of cheese. If it's 1 liter for 1 liter, then that cheese factory doesn't quite do what we need it to do. And I'm not paying attention to me spreading lime. I'm overlapping quite a bit. But luckily this is lime and it doesn't cost that much. But I should be watching every penny that I spend on this farm, because it would be nice to get that loan below 40 million, just not see a 4 there, you know. But we do have, like I said, 90,000 liters of bread sitting down there, but we're going to hold on to it. We did see that price get over $1,000 one time, so I'm not in dire need of cash right now. We need about another $10,000 when midnight rolls around. And I can't remember if I sold in this in-game day any slurry at the BGA. I may have, so I may get some cash at midnight. I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out together later on. Yeah, this field should not... Well, if it does need to be plowed, it's going to wait until next... till we harvest the corn. Alright, here comes a train. Where's my other T8? He is turning around, but he should be coming back down this way before the train gets there. I don't think he gets all the way on the tracks, but I think he does get on there far enough to where the train might send it for a ride. But I'd rather not find out. I always said, I think the first time I set a worker off in this field, I said, yeah, if I ever get a message that the worker is stuck, I'll know that he probably got plowed by the train and he's somewhere where he shouldn't be. I am kind of glad, I know I said it before, but when I brought that T8 over from Mercury Farms, I was thinking I was going to sell the one that we were in and just keep the other T8. Then I decided I'll just keep him for a little while because I thought maybe I'd trade this T8 in and we get that Dutz Fire, the T9, that has like 700 horsepower. But yeah, very nice tractor. I do love it. If you saw the last, I don't know, 10 episode of Mercury Farms, I use that tractor quite a bit on that farm. It is a nice tractor. Very nice tractor. Especially when you got 700, I think it was 750 horsepower or 715, something like that. Oh man, that thing was, we're using that to cultivate because we didn't have the case quad on that, at Mercury Farms at all. At first, the fields at Mercury Farms were not big enough, and then we made a big field to where I probably could use the case quad. Just happened to notice, I didn't see it on the way up there, but there is a nice field of corn already right behind us. So I think I mentioned it last week, though, that, you know, I was waiting. It seems like the mods I was talking about that were in FS15, where you can make sugar, you can make alcohol, and bread. Those mods seem to be coming back. And the guy that makes the mod for the bread and the cheese and the sugar plant, I'm sure he got his. I know it's the Snake. I don't know if it's just I don't know if his name is just the Snake, or is it the Snake with some letters and numbers afterwards? I forget now. But yeah, I'm loving. I love the bakery, especially now that I see it's $1,000. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not what it should be. Because when I first put it down, it was the original version of the mod, and as I was recording it, he put up a updated version of it. And my guess is some of the XML files got crossed, and that's why it's only going for $1,000. All right. We are done here. Let me just check the PDA to see how he's doing. Yeah, he's doing. He may miss a little spot down here, but he's good. He's going to be fine. He'll finish. I think he may not do this section here. He may have a problem with this section here, but he can continue doing that. And because I got more things to do, like we're going to grab the Voltra, head on back to the farm with this guy. There we go. I'm now calling the tractor the guy. I don't know. I don't know why. So yeah, we'll head back to the farm with this T8 and our spreader. Park it up, and I'm pretty sure I didn't see her. Did I see the message that the Volta was done? I think I did. But I'm sure he's done. And excuse me, sir, ma'am. Yeah, tractors are faster than vehicles. I have thought about going into the XML file and speeding up the vehicles. I did it in 17 where I sped up the vehicles like, and I put the numbers in wrong. The vehicles were going so fast you could kind of see them, but I mean they were just. I think they were going like 400 miles an hour. Yeah, I didn't check my XML file. I think I hit an extra 0 in there when I put it in there, and then I finally just went back to the old XML file because I messed it up so bad. And then I tried to revert it back and it didn't work. I'm like, yeah. Luckily, I saved the file before I changed it all and edited it because it was just terrible afterwards. All right, let's park this guy. Yep, let's park up this. I don't know why I'm calling the vehicles and implements today. This guy. All right, let's drop. No, I didn't want to. Oh, I hit unload. That's what happens. You put the buttons close to the next thing. You know, and then you just hit the wrong buttons. Oh. So we got some lime over there. Not that big of a deal. All right, where is our Voltra? He did not finish. Oh, yeah. So that'd be why. You kind of ran into the fence. Let me help you out there. one quick pass, and it is good. And then we'll zip around, fertilize these fields. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4 fields I gotta do. Yes, 4. I can count. Counting with peanut. It's not that hard, because I don't count that high. This guy does need a little bit of diesel fuel. So maybe we will fuel them up later on. I said lift. There he goes. And fold. So let's go drop this off, and we'll pick up this fertilizer spreader. And I think we'll get GPS for that, because it'll just make life so much easier. And I don't believe I need to repair this, because it hasn't been that long since I repaired it last. And let's see, how much fertilizer do we have in here is the question. Actually, more than enough. Alright, we'll head on down here and try to line up as good as I can before I activate GPS and get it lined up. Alt C. That's turned on. And then Alt E. And that should be, there we go. Alt R. And then adjust that as well. Alright, we should be all set to go here. As long as I don't hit the wrong button, we're fine. And I say that because the Alt button is right next to the Windows key, and if I hit Windows X, that just, you know, that just prompts a whole other commands. I don't want that to happen. It might, though. And there are 3 of the 4 fields done. Now we're just going to move on over here. Pull into the gas station as one would. And fill up with, I don't know how much diesel fuel this thing is going to take. $200 worth. Not too bad. Our money's back up to 120 grand, which is good, and we're just about getting ready to get into the nighttime, or evening hours, maybe I should say. I did move our fertilizer sprayer from the one cotton field to the other, and I did check on the other T8 to see how he's getting along, putting down the corn. He's doing just fine, and course play is, well, I didn't see how far he was along, but I saw he was moving. That's all that mattered. He'll get the job done at some point. Now this shouldn't take us too long to finish up this last field. And then we'll go park this guy up for the evening, and then we'll pretty much pack up for the evening, sleep through the night, see what the morning kind of brings price-wise. You know, maybe we'll get lucky with the bread price tomorrow. The good news is, you know, it's just money sitting there, so it's not like it's going to waste. And it's not like it's holding up production at all. Ooh, okay, so this field's at a different angle than the other field. Interesting. Okay, I thought it was going to be the same. I thought it was going to be like this, facing the same way, but it is not. It's at a 45-degree angle, so that should be far enough. Alright, Alt-R, just to make sure that's all set. And we'll move that to somewhere like right about there. Alright, back up and we'll start over. Well, not start over, but how about just start? And like I said, more than enough fertilizer to get these fields done. So I'm not harvesting the sunflowers this afternoon because one field is not quite ready. It's like halfway done. And I didn't want to be that busy to where I had to go down and unload the combine often. I mean, it is sunflowers, so the harvester probably could have done those fields maybe without filling up to 60,000 liters. But I just said, you know, we'll hold off and wait until the next day, because in the morning I really won't have nothing. If I harvested them this evening, I wouldn't have nothing to do tomorrow morning. So as you can see, these fields, whoops, I didn't want to turn that off. Alt-X, there we go. Yeah, so if I harvested them this afternoon, tomorrow morning, these fields are not going to be ready. And the cotton fields and grass fields is not going to be ready, so I would pretty much have the morning to do nothing. So, yeah, tomorrow morning we'll be harvesting the sunflowers. See what the price is when harvesting. We got the bread to sell as well. We got money sitting around, and of course we got our property income now, which should be a little bit better. Hopefully $50,000 a day for property income. Sounds about right. Which means we have to make 100 grand, or not even 100 grand really. Yeah, 80 grand, somewhere in there, to fulfill our needs to make the payments for the day. Now, of course, I want to make more than that so I can start paying off this loan. But I'm intrigued with the sugar factory and somewhat intrigued with the cheese factory now, until I find out how much it's for 1 liter. And see what 1 liter of milk produces for cheese. Now the whiskey factory, same thing. Wheat, barley, and water. Now the water is free. So it's wheat and barley you have to put in. I'm trying to remember the ratios that it was on 17 to make alcohol. I don't remember. I want to say it was something like 60, 30, and 10% water, if that makes any sense. Oh, I'm not going to really cover that whole... Alright, you're going to make me come back and do that one little strip? I see how it is. Is it worth it? Not really. I'm going to waste more in fertilizer than I'll get for a yield off the field. I'll check the PDA. I might be actually reaching the edge of the field. I don't know. I could be. But it doesn't look like it is. And it looks like I'm going to finish before it gets too dark. So, yippee skippy for that. Now the question is our T8 finished? I'm pretty sure our fertilizer sprayer down in the other cotton field down below is finished. It certainly looks like that fertilizer is reaching the edge of the field. And not quite. So, I mean, that's going to be good enough. Our T8 is just about done. Like I said, I don't think it's going to do the whole field. Course play is, well, he's almost done. And our sprayer is all done here. Well, I take away the stage 2 weeds. Yeah, we're all set there. All right, so let's go ahead. Oh yeah, I got to get GPS off, then turn it off. I will put on my beacons and headlights here, so people can see me coming. Let's see, I got 4 more hours in the day. I should get enough money from property income. Since I only got one worker going, I should be able to equal out the payments. I don't know what's going to happen if I go into the red. They'll probably throw my money all off. So what I'll probably do is save the game before I sleep to the night. That way, if it screws up my money totals, I can always revert back and fix it in the XML files. Alright, we'll park this up. I'll leave the spreader on it for now. The sprayer can stay there. I'm in no rush to go and move that. So it looks like this time the seed drill is going to do the whole job. Now, last time I set this off on a worker down here, it didn't do this little corner piece. Let's see what it says now. It looks like it's going to do the whole job. We'll let him finish, or her finish. Yeah, we'll let him finish. Why is doing that? How are we doing on property income for the day? Now, I put those greenhouses up around, what, 2 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon? And they can... No, that's... yeah, property income. So now we're $1,000 over what you usually make. You can see when we put down the greenhouses a couple days ago. I think it was on this day right here. And then, yeah, we started making some good cash. And then here... sold bales, 160,000 liters of $160,000 worth of silage bales today. So we made some good cash here. What the heck did I spend on? Oh, was this the day I put down the bakery? Might be. Construction cost 65,000. Or is that for the greenhouses? No. I don't know. The bakery should be over here. Those are the greenhouses. It doesn't matter. And this guy has finished. No, I didn't want to turn off the engine. I wanted to pick up the seed drill. I said pick up the seed drill. And then fold it. I guess it was up and I just kept hitting it and putting it back down like an idiot. And I do not need all those lights on. Just those lights shall do. Bring this back to the farm, park it up, and yeah, we're going to go ahead and head on to bed. Head on home. So we can start another day on the farm. And if I can stop spending money, we'll eventually pay off this loan a little bit. But yeah, I don't have enough money to pay off any loan tonight. And if I do the testing and those mods seem to work out well, I might be saving the cash to put those down. So who knows? I mean, if it makes more money, then that's actually better for the farm. Just that we have to put money up front for it. That's all. This guy could use a little bit of fixing up. There we go. I called the tractor a guy again. I don't know what's going on with that today. Do not know. I think I'll park it here and I'll wash it in the morning or something. I'm not going to wash it now. Course play. Actually, if I wait until course play finished, I'll get the 18,000. That'll definitely covers for the evening. I'm going to let this guy finish up. We'll come back and then we'll sleep through the night and we'll see what the morning brings. So the contract in field 33 is done. I want to see how much we spent in seed. And it's not that much really, only $4,000 in seed. And we're going to get 18,006. So I made a profit of like 14 grand. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. That's definitely going to help us out here. Actually, I'm just going to back this guy right up and park it on this other guy's field right here. I'm sure he won't mind. Let me delete that course play because I can see the marker there. That's going to annoy me if I don't. Turn the lights off. Turn the engine off. Let's, I'm hoping this potato field gets taken care of. Sometimes, I think last time that field was sat there and sat there, then I finally took the contract and did it. It wasn't potatoes though, it was something else. I'll sleep with the door open. It's kind of a warm night. It's 8:30, so if I sleep 10 hours, that'll make it 6:30. And well, we're somewhere around 25 grand is what we were our low point. And we're back up to 37 because of the property income. So everything's looking there. So we got a little bit of cash to spend. Looks like it's gonna be a sunny morning. Oh, I'd love to take a swim in that right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at. We all want to know. Ooh, bread prices not so good. Cheese prices same. Whiskey prices. You know, I'm not seeing anything that jumps out at me right here. Like I said, the cheese, unless it's 1 liter of milk and I get 2 liters of cheese out of it, it's not a great profit or increase when I can sell milk for $7.50, sometimes $8. And we're seeing the prices here. I think the high price we saw. Well, see, have to see what this goes for. Sugar. I mean, if it's 1 liter for 1 liter, these prices are really good. So that's something to look into. What I need to look into is sunflowers, and the prices for sunflowers right now kind of sucks. Oh, I didn't check on the pigs, but it looks like I gotta sell pigs today. I think when I sell the pigs, these numbers will look good, so I may just go ahead and give the sunflowers to the pigs before I sell them. The reason I want to do it before I sell them, because if I sell them, this might be near max. I'd rather feed them all the sunflowers that I can. That way this is kind of maxed out before I sell them, then it's more than enough for a while. They need straw though. While I'm here, I'll just take a look at the rest of the animals. The sheep, kind of dirty. Chickens, kind of dirty. Oh, that scared me for a second. I was like, what's this? Has nothing. It's the cows. Cows need to be looked after quite a bit. And our horses, we got a couple more days to go before we can sell them off. I'll have to buy a trailer. I might as well buy it. I mean, the trailer's $15,000. I mean, I could lease it. I think on Mercury Farms it was only like $700 to lease it, and we only have to go a little ways. So I mean, I would have to do it, at least 15 times before I actually bought the trailer. So I may lease it. Yeah, I may just lease it. That'll be easier. Yeah, it's cheap. I mean, it's only 15,000. I know, but I think we'll lease it for now. Yeah. So this field has not been harvested yet, which kind of sucks. I hope it just doesn't sit there. Yeah, so the field that we seeded last night's got weeds in it, so the Vultra has got some work to do. While we're taking care of this up here, I'll probably put the Vultra on weed patrol and fertilize it at some point. But we'll be harvesting the sunflower. What I plan to do with it yet, I do not know. We'll have to wait and see next episode. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you next time on the Pacific Northwest. But until then, have a good one.